What's up, tubers? Today we've got a Toro string trimmer. What's going on with this guy? It's been sitting a long time, not used a whole ton. I went ahead and pulled all the old fuel out, put fresh fuel in it, and it ran great. Probably got used 2 or 3 times and was ready to go back to the customer. Went to check it one last time and it was flooding. What that means, go ahead and pull the cover off. I've already got the filter off. What that means is the metering diaphragm in there it's a little wafer piece of material that opens and closes how the fuel comes into the carburetor, and that is most likely stuck open. Those fail one of 2 ways. One, they will open up and send way too much fuel in, or 2, they will send no fuel in whatsoever. So what we're going to do today is change the whole carburetor. We've got this awesome carburetor kit from HIPA, H-I-P-A, HIPA. Comes with a brand new carburetor. Comes with brand new fuel line. I won't be using the fuel line today in the video, as well as the new fuel filter that it comes with, due to replacing the fuel lines on this previously. Comes with a new spark plug, new air filters, and we'll be using one of those guys. Comes with new gaskets, and it comes with a new primer bulb, and we're definitely going to be replacing the primer bulb. The primer bulb here is not broken, but it's starting to get worn out. So first thing we're going to do is drain the fuel. How we're going to do that is we're just going to pour it right back into the fuel container it came out of. I'm running a 40-to-1 in this. It calls for 50-to-1, 50, 40. They're almost interchangeable. I like to run just a little richer on the oil, just for my preference. Go ahead and pour this back in, off camera probably. All right. Fuel tank is empty. There we go. Yep. Oh, you can see it. My camera screen shuts off to help save on battery. But, yep. We got it back in there now. So, the next step is to remove the air filter housing. What you're going to need is a T25, that's a Torx bit, size 25. I'm going to take the 2 Torx bits off of here. This is a really easy repair, honestly. And it's pretty easy to do when you've got a good kit. Comes with gaskets and everything. Just a matter of taking this off. If you guys want a link to this kit, I will leave it in the description. Well, those screws are a little longer than I was expecting them to be. They're still going. There we go. I think that one's out. Now it's just a matter of get the other one out. There we go. Those are surprisingly long. Okay. Pull these screws all the way out. And then on the top here, you have a throttle cable connected. That guy is just going to come right out. It is an S shape, as you can see there. And you just get it straight up like that and pull it out. It'll go in the same way. Really easy. Gonna go ahead and unplug the return line and unplug the other one. Now the line on the bottom will go to the fuel line on the back, and that goes down and into the tank with a fuel filter. And the other line will go to the primer bulb, and then from the primer bulb into here, which only reaches down into the tank part way. You can see that inside the tank only reaches down about halfway. So, sorry, I bumped the camera stand there. We're going to go ahead and do unplug that, being very careful not to get sprayed in the face by fuel. Flung fuel everywhere. Gonna go ahead and use a flathead screwdriver. Those tabs almost always break when you pop them out. They're really hard to pop out without breaking them. And then the new tab, and as you can see, that top piece has a little bit of a locator, and that will pop into the top piece there. So it does have a direction that it needs to go back in. And just give it a little push. Oh, is that in? Yep, that's in. There we go. There's your primer bulb done. Pop this guy back on the bottom. Pop. So the bottom will go to the tank. The top will go to the primer bulb, between the primer, or from the primer bulb to the carburetor. So that we're going to, pretty torn, so we're going to take that out. So it's a little different, a little bit of a different design. Changing it over to this guy. Just make sure the holes line up. This is your pulse pump that actually pumps your fuel, and that lines up like it should. New fuel, or new carburetor here. Gonna get this guy plugged in. Plug that guy in there, and then plug this one on. Really simple repair. Then you've got this guy. Looks like that should match up. It's a little big though, and this might just be different designs for the carburetor. So we're going to leave this gasket here. We're going to reuse it, which is perfectly fine. It's really the seal between the engine and the carburetor that are most important, or that is most important. So we're going to go ahead and get this throttle cable put back on here, just like that. Taking the screws to line everything back up again. Slide the new gasket on and in place. I'll start tightening these guys down. do not need to go hog wild tightening these down. Once it kind of stops, go to the other one, tighten it until it stops, and then give it one little extra oomph. So I'm giving it about a quarter turn. Once they want to stop, or after they want to stop, and give it a quarter turn. I'm going to go ahead and get fuel in this guy already. Why? Because we're pretty much done. There's just a couple more steps you need to do, one of which most people miss when they buy a brand new weed eater or other small engine, even generators. People miss it on. I will show you that here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and put fuel back in it. There we go. Fuel cap. Now fuel filter, no, air filter. Give me 1 second, I will go get what I need for this. Alright, so you can use a straight 30 weight or car oil, motorcycle oil, really any oil you got. On these guys I like to use, on these smaller engines, I like to use 2-stroke oil. Now, this actually needs to be done, a little too much there. Sop it up. So this actually needs to be done when this equipment is brand new. The dry filters don't actually filter anything, catch anything. They need to be oiled and they need to be maintained. So once you know the oil's all the way through the filter, we're going to put it in a rag, squeeze it tight, kind of move it, squeeze it tight again, getting out as much oil as possible, but it still leaves enough oil. The oil actually will grab and trap the air, or the dirt in the air, and without it, it's not going to do you a whole lot. It might catch a little bit, but the fine particles are going to go right through the filter. Nice filter. Okay, go ahead and check the backside. It's clean enough, we're going to use it. If that's filled with garbage, go run inside, wash it out with some hot water, some soap. There we go. That job is done. It is finished. We are not going to be replacing the fuel lines. Like I said, the fuel lines have been replaced previous to this job. Spark plug on this is in great shape. It comes with a spark plug, but I'm going to send that with the customer. If the spark plug on this fouls out or it wears out, then he'll have a new spark plug to put in it. Let's go ahead and prime it up here. Going to take a second. What that actually does is it's pulling air and fuel through, and it's actually creating a vacuum in the carburetor, pulls it up in through the carburetor into here, and then when you're pulsing it, pushing the button, you're using the return line and putting it back in the tank. So let's go ahead for a start. Full choke. 3 poles, half choke. Running really good. Now, if your throttle, or rather the idle's just a little bit high for my taste. If you need to bring it down, if you pull the cover back off, and look at the top of the carburetor. There's this screw right here. While it's running, you're going to give it about a quarter turn. Rev it up a little bit, blip the throttle, and let it idle back down. If the idle is correct, your string is not moving, or your end, whatever this is powering, isn't moving, then you're good to go. But if it's still moving, if it's trying to engage, then you're going to go ahead and go another quarter turn out. Rev it up, blip it a little bit, put some use on it, get it warmed up, let it idle down, and see where it's at. It should be good now. Should be good to go. If you need to change your idle at all, that's how you do it. If it's idling too low and it wants to shut off and you're having to keep the throttle going, then you're going to want to turn that up quarter turn at a time. But really, it should be set pretty good from the factory. No need to mess around with it too much. These carburetors also don't have any adjustments other than the idle. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a pretty easy, quick video. I'm not even going to need to edit this one. 16 minutes. I would say this repair took me about 15 minutes. It's really that easy. Like I said, in the description I will put the link to this kit. And if you guys aren't able to click on it or something's wrong, please let me know in the description. I will pin it in the comments. If you liked this video, if it helped you guys out, if it helped you get your string trimmer running again. Again, this kit, very affordable for what it comes with. Very affordable. Prices change. I think I paid $16 or $17 for it. Really good deal for what it is. But I'll put the description in the... I'll put this in the description. Please leave a comment if you can. It costs you nothing. Really helps the channel out. Helps someone else find this video. So please leave a description comment. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm not going to. Please leave a comment if you can down in the comment section. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And I hope you have a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you later. I know somebody's going to comment on it. It looks really clear to be two-stroke fuel, but it is two-stroke fuel. It is mixed at a 40-to-1 ratio with this oil sitting here. So don't worry, it's not straight gas in this. It is a premix. See you, tubers. Bye.